My advice to you, start drinking heavily. Does Barry Manilow know that you raid his wardrobe? Come on, you douchebags, we're all on the same team!
Frank, are you a good kisser? You like smooching?
No!
Shut the fuck up, man.
Standalone fruit.
You look like assholes right now, man.
Mark found him naked in the bathtub, passed out with water flowing all over him.
This country is going straight to hell.
Did you hear this broad?
God damn it!
This is going great.
Liar!
No way, Corky.
And I'm gonna kick the living shit out of you, and I'm gonna knock your dick in the dirt.
Fucking fascist!
Sounds like pigs fucking.
Ridiculous.
You're a small petting man.
It will be 9/11 times 2,356.
Are you trying to drive me crazy? What the fuck happened?
I'm producing a show.
What to do, cause I'm so fucking sick of you. My head hurts, my body aches, cause all you do is fucking take. Here we are, just you and me. This is how it's gonna be. Sick you! Sick you! Sick you! Sick you! Sick you! Sick you! Too fucked up, we can't lay. I look at you with eyes of hate. All this tension built on. I dream about your suicide. Talk to me like I'm shit. That's me, I'm fucking quit. I fucking quit! Sick you! Sick you! Sick you! Sick you!
Episode 108. It's been a while. It's been a minute. But, here we are. And tonight I have the boys from Gross Evolution on the show. So I have Segovia, Andrew, and Wayne. And also in the room, we got Lyle. He's not on mic, but I'm sure he'll be chiming in here and there. How are you guys doing, man?
Great, how are you? Thank you for having us.
Yeah, thanks for coming over, man. It's definitely been a while. I kind of took a break from it, but before we started the show, we kind of dived into some pretty heavy shit. So I think it should be a good show. So I guess let's.
My advice to you.
Oh, I guess we'll start the intro again. Why not? But no, I guess before we kind of dive into some of the deeper things, let's talk about Gross Evolution. How was the evolution of that? Like, how did that start? How do you guys know each other? All right, stop texting me.
Where did Gross Evolution come from? The name.
Gross Evolution.
When we decided to come up with a name, at the time I was reading a lot of Sherlock Holmes stories, and there's a part in one of the stories where Watson says to Sherlock, "This seems to be a very gross evolution," and I wrote that down as a potential for a band name, and we wrote a bunch of names down, and we decided to go with that.
Yeah, and the name, of course, gross, I guess it can, for some people it means like gross, like it's in disgusting, but also as gross as in gross income. It's a gross evolution. There is no more evolution. This is it. This is over. This is the last of it.
Okay, so you're indicating that one of your headphones is it just one ear?
It's my left ear.
Okay,
I think
yeah.
it's good now, though. It's good.
All right.
I think it's just the wire.
You can at any point just we don't have to make baseball gestures.
They're both.
tug on your ear. Like.
I thought we had radio silence. I didn't know.
No, when did the band actually form? Like when did that happen?
2011.
2011. Okay, so
yeah, about May. Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember like seeing the name around. I was just like, who are these guys? And then we actually started playing shows together, and I was like, man, these guys fucking shred. That's awesome. you know, it's always cool to see, you know, awesome punk bands, you know, actually, you know, that don't have fucking egos and all that kind of stuff. It's like, nah, they're just guys that like playing punk rock, and you know.
What's funny about that is when I first decided to try to do this project with our original bass player, we wanted to actually start a hardcore band, and it kind of evolved into punk rock once we met Nerwin.
Yeah, so when was the first time you guys all met each other? I mean, do you guys remember that? Because I always find it, you know, kind of interesting, you know, just like how like bands.
So me and the original bass player were in a band together before this, which we had a guy in the band who just didn't match our ideals. So things finally got to a point where we just didn't want to play with him anymore. So we decided to quit that band. And we said, we're going to form a new band. And at the time, we were into hardcore, like Hatebreed kind of hardcore, that new metal crap. And we decided we're going to go ahead and do that because we've been doing punk rock for so long. And I put an ad on Craigslist and put a bunch of different bands down. And we were looking for a guitarist to make this project happen. And I got hit up with this reply that was in a kind of broken English. And he actually very much was like, I'm not sure if you actually want to meet with me and play, but if not, you should at least check out these bands and these musics. And he sent La Polla Records and a bunch of other things. And Sin Dios. And I listened to the stuff he said, and I told the bass player, I said, this guy seems pretty legit, man. We should check him out at least. And so we wrote him back, and we decided, you know, we're going to meet up, and we're going to meet at Guitar Center to see what he can do. And we got to Guitar Center first, me and the original bass player.
The epitome of punk rock.
Yeah, and we're like, all right, we're waiting. And then this guy comes up, and he's wearing a button-up shirt and a pair of Dockers and, like, leather loafers, and we're like, oh, fuck, dude, what is this? And me and the original bass player looking at each other like, I don't know, man. So, oh, well, he's here. Let's see what he can do. And he went in and plugged into an amp, and he started shredding. And we're like, yeah, this guy can play. We should definitely do something.
Grant, it was my uniform. They call it. I'm sorry, that was my uniform. They call it, what is it? Casual. What is it? Business casual. You know. So yeah.
It's like, I like to get shit done, but I still like to have fun.
Right. I mean, that's just the job. I mean, I
think you were coming straight from work.
Straight from work. Yeah, like it was a drive from work to the Guitar Center, and I mean, really, I like my job. I don't do much. It's a perfect job for someone like me. I write music at work. I talk to people.
What do you actually do for work?
I work at UF Health Jacksonville in the Access Center. It's the call center where also the emergency line and all the pagers and cell phones go through there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Damn, that's
He plays FIFA for a job.
Yeah, basically I play FIFA all day and 3DS.
That doesn't sound like a bad job.
Yeah, I've been there since 2010. It's a perfect job. Shouts to my manager, man.
So the band formed, and you know, you guys have been going pretty strong. You know, cranking out some, you know, seriously solid tunes. And then you guys have been talking about the house and, you know, some of the shows you guys have been doing there. So how did that go about? You know, because I saw the lineup on the last show, and I was like, God damn.
That is something that it's been cooking for years. We wanted to do something like this for years. When Andrew joined the band, it just came in perfectly. We both, you know, decided to do this. Wayne has compromises, so he cannot live with us, but Andrew and me decided to do this, so we just rented a house and
don't tell them.
in a great place, you know, like with great neighbors, you know, and you know, it's a punk rock house, man. It's like every punk rock house in the world, man.
Like it really reminded me of like some of the pictures you posted the other night. I was like, this really looks like the church from like the Decline of the Western Civilization, and I think that's such a cool thing, and I don't think it happens too often. In because as punk as you want to say you are, you know, a lot of times, you know, you're playing through venues, you know, you have to go through promoters, which I'm sure we all have plenty of stories.
Yeah.
That is the main part of the main reason. I mean, venues and,
to avoid all that.
And we do in Jacksonville. We do come with someone that has helped plenty the punk scene, and that's Ian Ranning. He has helped plenty the punk scene. He has 3 bars.
So like Rain Dog and like Burrow Bar.
Yeah, and these three bars have hosted so many out of town punk bands. I mean, it's countless, really. I don't think you can count. I don't think nobody knows that number.
I mean, what else would you do? Just bounce around to all these other little venues that open and close?
Yeah. So now all the other venues, though, like the good thing about these venues is that people are able to do whatever they want with the door. You know, like with the door money, we can get donations. So we were able to easily get, cash to the bands that are traveling.
Yeah, because I mean that's such a crucial thing. You know, it's like, if we make a little money, that's cool. That's it's a nice thing.
If you're on the road, you need the money. You have to have money. If you're on the road,
you have to
gas,
take care of
you need
the bands
food.
that are coming into your town.
And we've always sacrificed a lot of times our own money and our own time and our own ability to play at certain sweet spots in the night just so a touring band can come through and really experience the Jacksonville experience.
Yeah, it's just
another big thing about the house that we wanted to create is there's the bar scene and there's all these cliques that go to different things. Like some nights, like on a Saturday night, you'll have 3 punk shows at 3 different venues. What we wanted to do was bring all that together. And Jacksonville's got a lot of great talent and a lot of great bands. And what we wanted to do,
a lot of potential too.
Yeah, we wanted to create that Gilmore Street of Jacksonville, that CBGB's, a place in Northeast Florida that sort of becomes like known throughout the entire United States. Like this is where you want to go if you're in a punk band.
Yeah, unity is definitely the goal and the objective of the house. We want all these different groups of people that are in town that enjoy the same music that we enjoy, the same lifestyle we enjoy, to come and participate with each other, meet each other, Then we're more, because together we're better, as simple as that.
Absolutely.
We try not to have too many social constraints other than not being like a dirtbag, no fighting, stuff like that. But other than that, just
it's kind of a free for all. Just
everyone is welcome to the house. Everyone.
We had people. We lost 2 windows last show in the slam room. It's like the dedicated mosh room across from.
I saw a couple of videos.
What I found amazing about it is the house is close to Gulf Air, and most people that live in this area know that it's a very high drug, high murder area. But we get a lot of people from that community who also stop in the house that are black people, and they really get into what we're doing, and they really understand there's a social message that we understand collectively. So we're bringing in a lot of people too who don't even know what punk rock is or has any introduction to punk rock, and they're coming in and they're digging it, and some of them will get on the mic and freestyle and have a good time. Everyone's having fun.
So yeah, it's definitely all positive all around. Our main objective is for bands out of town to have a place to play, a place to crash, and a place that they can count with no matter what. If we had a venue cancel a show for X or Y reason, which we had, we can bring that show to the house, and we did it on a Monday night, and it worked out, and that's what matters. That these bands don't come through town on a tour and have a bad experience. We just hosted the Cryptics. They had 70 dates left after that show.
Jesus.
So
it was I think some kind of nightmare, and I didn't know about them until you posted about them, so I checked them out and I was like, oh, these guys shred. And I looked at their tour dates and I was like,
they tour almost all year long.
Christ,
and not only that,
insane.
Molly from that band she just survived breast cancer. She just went through it, and she's still back on the road doing what they love.
Yeah, and I was talking to her, after that, because I wanted to get some merch from them because try to support bands that are actually doing cool shit, and I was like, I'm buddies with a Gross Evolution, and next time you're in Jacksonville, and she's like, yeah, definitely, let's get you, Swill, Gross Evolution, let's set something up. And I just kind of like that community. I've never met these people, but just kind of how music can kind of bring people together, and everyone seems to be on the same page. It's we don't give a shit about money, whatever.
Definitely
just
not.
I just want to go play a show with my friends, with you guys, or Concrete Criminals, or TJ Hookers, like whoever it is, like it's just a cool experience. Because when I was a kid, I always thought about like being in a band. Like I thought that like that would just be like the coolest thing ever, and then it actually happened, and so you know, like I never thought I was gonna be like a fucking rock star by any means, but you know, it's just like I just want to.
You fucking are, dude. The way it is shred.
You guys are sick as fuck.
I'm like, why is that, guys? We're just stroking each other's dicks over here.
Right?
But
It's like what we do. Hey, but we love it. As long as we like it, we keep doing it.
but anyways, I'm not sure where exactly I was going with it, but it's definitely cool, you know, just the unexpected friendships that you make throughout the whole process of it, and you know, being in a band is not the easiest thing in the world. You know, it's basically being essentially married to like 3 or 4 people. You know, especially working on something creatively that can go sideways real quick. You know, because I'm sure we've all heard horror stories about, you know, it was like, I can't work with this person, fuck him. But yeah, so I mean, what's in the works for you guys? I mean, do you guys have plans or?
Yes, we're very busy. Actually, we're behind too. We're not very punctual with these dates, so I'm sorry to whoever actually hears this and actually thought that they were gonna get that tape in their hands in October. But probably it's not gonna happen until November, and it's Camps, Citizens Against the Militant Police State, that is coming out in November. It's a tape coming out of St. Petersburg, and it's an anarchist distro, and they're doing that for us. Also, probably December, January, there is another tape also coming from Venezuela, from Mucuchillas Records. It's a metal, hardcore, and punk distro is united, and
nice.
they're gonna do that for us as well. So it's gonna be 8 songs on this one on St. Petersburg, and also 8 songs in Venezuela, 4 in Spanish, 4 in English over there. Each side of the tape is gonna have you know, like for Spanish go A, for English go B.
Yeah.
I also think it's really cool that
you do them in both languages, all the songs.
No, it's 4 songs in Spanish and on one side, and the other side is gonna be in English.
They're different songs.
But
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
But I always think it's cool, you know, because like Ostacost is one of like my favorite bands. No idea what the fuck they're talking about, because none of their songs are in English whatsoever. But I think it's really cool that you guys, you know, incorporate, you know, having songs in, you know, Spanish and English.
Well, the Latin America and Spain, I mean, I'm sure for Wayne too over the years, but to us they are very important scenes. We think that punk is definitely not dead.
They go fucking nuts down there for punk rock.
Yeah, they immigrated and fucking distributed everywhere in the world. There's not one single country, island, or nothing that doesn't have a punk scene, I don't think. As small as you want it. But there is a punk scene everywhere. And Latin America, Mexico is to me the capital of punk rock right now. Mexico, the capital of Mexico, Mexico DF is the capital of punk rock to me. There's so many people there enjoying this. If any band that wants to go there, they should go, because they will have a blast there. It's definitely the place to go.
It's like Acetas, aren't they?
Acetas, yes, they're from Mexico. There's so many bands in Mexico. It's crazy.
I remember years ago, the Casualties, they put out a tour DVD. It was like half Mexico and half Japan, and I think it was called "Can't Stop Us." I could be wrong. It's been years, but just this one venue, I think they're in Mexico City, and it was like just like this giant alleyway, and there had to been like 600 punks
right
there, and just going fucking ape shit.
Every Saturday they have in El Chopo, which is a district of the city, they have this festival. It's been going since the 80s, and it's just punk bands all day long, every Saturday. It doesn't stop.
And it's always packed.
It's always packed. Punk goes from everywhere, from all over Mexico and the world, really. Like, people travel. I mean, we will be there hopefully soon.
That honestly, it sounds like paradise. It's constantly where you're going. There's just punk rock bands playing. Because Jacksonville is kind of a weird place. Because for a while, like especially when I was in high school, like all like the street punk bands, like all the punkcore record bands were coming in town, and like it seemed like there was this influx of punk rock, but then it like kind of dried up.
It's a tough place, Jacksonville. We call it in Then Take Break, our first album, we call Jacksonville the ass end of the Bible Belt. And you got so much here, but at the same time, it's really nothing but country.
It's a weird place because like it's somewhat progressive. Like I think like we have like kind of a lot of progressive, like forward-thinking people, and whatever you want that term to mean. But at the same time, you're probably gonna see
I love
100 Donald
few.
Trump stickers on your way to work. So like it's this weird dichotomy between like people that actually give a shit about humanity, and then you have a lot of influx, especially at the beach with like economic diversity.
Yeah.
Because my roommate DJ, which you guys met, he like his family's from Palm Valley, like not too far from here, and so like on one side of the road, there's like just modest homes, and then on the other side, on the like where the intercoastal is, just it just like the diversity could not be more black and white than that.
Well, one of the cool things about Gross Evolution, I think, that makes it kind of a little bit unique is like none of us are actually from Jacksonville. We've all moved here from other places, and we've all come from different scenes, and I think that's cool because we've all have experiences from different places. So,
and I think it's definitely a healthy thing to, be around like a few different places, because it's so easy, especially with, like when it comes to like work or just like anything in life. It just being like getting comfortable with that, right, and not actually seeing what's out there.
And we're like a band that works hard in writing our music and playing, and our fans weren't people who went to high school with us and came from our high schools. Our fans are people that have met us through music and become friends with us because of music, and I think that's really kind of cool.
Another aspect of our band that we haven't mentioned is that we push the anarchist message, and maybe not every song, but that's what.
Okay, so let's get into that because you guys talk about anarchy right now, and I think a lot of people have a misconception of what that actually means.
The last remaining option.
The only option that ever was.
Yeah.
So, when you guys talk about anarchy, what do you actually mean? Like, what is that definition?
I think it's a little different for each one of us.
I think so, but I think basically we can all agree it's not rulers. A society without rulers, and it's our ideal of living without ruling, letting others be free.
You can't rule without the threat of violence.
I think everywhere in the world you see forms of oppression, and it's about defeating those forms of oppression and putting everyone on an equal playing field and treating everyone like they should be treated, like humans.
Yeah, because when people think anarchy, it's like, oh, it's gonna be death and destruction,
burning stuff down and going crazy.
Chaos.
It's like a hockey ride in like Winnipeg.
Yeah. I tell you what, dude, it's gonna be chaos for them, not for us. It's gonna be a great time for us. We're gonna be able to live happy and peaceful. But yes, for those who hold power today, yes, it's chaos for them because they're commodities, and the way they hold power will end and cease. It's no longer gonna be the beautiful life of waking up whenever you want and smelling the beautiful smell of the flowers and the most sweetest notes of the most sweetest instruments in the world. They're no longer gonna be able to do that while we work for them.
So what do you think we can do to afford that that movement, or at least have some sort of enlightenment, so to speak.
I just have, one tip. Let's start with a general strike. How about we don't stop working all at once? Well, we gotta get together. But that would be a good start. They can do nothing if we don't work.
Yeah,
they're useless without us. That's the truth.
It does really suck because we're in this, the way our society is set up is you can't really just not go to work, because we all have obligations, whether it's roommates or if you have a family.
Every change had a sacrifice. 500, 600 years ago, someone said, "Oh, one day we will be able to choose our leaders. We will be able to choose our king." It kind of didn't happen exactly like they thought, but today they are choosing their own oppressor. So it got that way. It got better, when people thought they were crazy, you will never choose the king. That's the son of the king will become the king next time. That was the obvious thing for many.
And maybe he won't be as bad.
Right, hopefully he's going to be better. Hopefully the next sultan will be better.
Just like in North Korea, the new the new leader isn't as bad, right? Yeah.
Maybe we'll eat more. Or maybe Obama will help the black community. But no, none of them ever follow through on any of the promises.
Yes. So I know all you guys aren't really very hopeful on anything going on in the election, and I'm not really either. But how exactly did it get to this point where we're dealing with these two people, and no matter where you kind of run with either one, but it really is kind of a baffling situation. It's one of those things I have family in Canada and I have friends Australia and stuff. They're just what the fuck are you guys doing?
Slap in the face to the public. A slap in the face to the public. That's what that is. You got two choices here. Pick between shit or shit.
Oh yeah.
What you like? Green shit or blue shit or whatever, red with blue, whatever.
That's often the argument I have with a lot of people is that we're in a situation right now where I tell people why vote at all, because it's pointless. It's like going to the polls and picking your favorite flavor of shit. But why eat shit at all? We don't have to eat shit. Don't vote. Don't be a part of the system. Don't legitimize what's going on right now. By voting, we legitimize this shit, and we don't need to legitimize it anymore. We need to just work together collectively in our own communities and worry about what's in our own communities right now together and be more collective. We don't really need the state as much as we think we need the state.
Don't count the votes. Count the people that stay at home.
I think a perfect example is Hurricane Matthew. A lot of
oh, be nice.
a lot of during Hurricane Matthew, a lot of damage happened in a lot of communities, and a lot of trees went down, and a lot of garbage everywhere. And did communities wait on the state to come in and clean them up? No, we all came out together collectively with our tools, and we started cleaning our own places up, our own communities.
Well, it's my right as American to have a goddamn chainsaw.
Right.
So what do they do for you? What do they provide? How do they make your life better? They don't affect anybody in a positive way except their masters.
It's a very interesting situation.
There's schools, roads. There's a lot of things that a society works together, but they're there.
Lyle, I can tell you right now, in my community, on my roads, that there has not been anyone there to fix a road in 50 years, at least. Now, I can tell you my neighbors go out all the time and they clean the sides of the roads up. They trim the roads.
How'd you drive here?
It was
Where'd
great.
you come from?
It was great.
Where'd you drive from?
You
went down J. Turner Butler. You went down.
I don't have
there's
to.
Okay. You don't have to, but...
Did people not travel before they built the roads?
We don't have to, but they already trashed that forest, so that we do.
I think that without them, I probably wouldn't have poured concrete all over the earth. I know that's kind of sounds like a stupid argument, but when you ask they built the entire society.
They built, a lot of people are oh, well, the interstates help us get around better, but the interstates were built for the military so that they could move from one coast to the other, quickly military stuff. They didn't build it for us. We're just lucky enough to be able to use it when we're not in war.
Just like in every other country, that's what roads are for, for oppression.
That's why they don't take care of it.
This tour is going to be rough without the roads.
The only reason we're touring is because there is roads and there is government. If not, we didn't need to tour.
Even before there were roads, Americana bands still toured. I mean, they went down their trails. I mean, people still move around. We still figure out how to get around.
We need some socialization, but we do need a lot of liberalization. There's a lot of rules and stuff that are ruling us, laws, we should legalize things.
Absolutely. There's a lot of dumb laws, and it was Martin Luther King who wasn't even an anarchist really, but he said that it is our job as citizens to disobey bad laws,
And I don't think, anarchism as here, let's vote for anarchism, and tomorrow we all be anarchists. I've been around this for a long time, since I was 14, passing around pamphlets like a Jehovah's Witness down the street or something. So, it's not going to happen that way.
That was you knocking on my door.
Maybe. I never knock in a door. I usually just did it in punk rock shows and things like that.
You woke me up, motherfucker.
Because, like if you like Blink-182, maybe you like this other band that is not exactly like Blink-182, but, they play guitar, drums, and bass, but they sing about anarchism. Maybe you like it. So I did that a lot. But the point is that, it's not going to happen like that. Like you're going to vote for anarchy and everybody's going to be anarchists. I think it's a spontaneous process. Just like this whole thing has been a spontaneous process to get here. It took a long time to get to this shit. It might take a long time to get out of it.
Yeah, and especially when it comes to punk rock, like it's kind of like there's a gradual process. Like you don't just start listening to Anal Cunt when you're like 8 years old. You kind of
it depends who you are, who your brothers are.
But like the same goes for politics or like society. It's going to be a gradual shift. Yeah, it's not just going to be one day this person gets elected or that person gets elected or this bill is passed and it's everything is fixed.
I don't even look at it as a political shift. I don't believe in politics. I look at anarchism as an individual thing. It resides in you individually, and it can go to everyone individually. And I think everyone's a little bit of an anarchist. I think as much as Lyle wants to say, what about the roads? I think he's the same guy who's going to go out up the hurricane and help his neighbor move a tree. I think he's the same
society
guy.
We need to take care of it now.
Yeah.
What used to take the role of that was churches and things, but I think a lot of their rules are kind of restrictive on us.
Right. Before before Medicare and Medicaid, churches were the ones who paid for medical bills, and now that's offered through the state. But I think that could even offer through community. Like before even the churches offered it, and you lived in a village, you had a doctor in the village who helped everyone. Even on the tribal level, you have somebody who knows medicine and he helps everyone. That's their job in their community.
Well, look at like the trend of like groups of people, like churches, like you said, actually are pretty popular doing it. But where like people, instead of getting insurance, they put in like way less money on a bunch of HSAs, and then they pay for each other's medical bills. I can't think of any of the like groups that do it off the top of my head, but I've seen
they do exist. Yeah.
I think the best example is the Catholic Church, probably number one in charity in the world. They're great, but at what price? I mean, most of us are Catholic. That's it. Help me. Yeah, I let you help me, but I also have to accept what you want to feed me.
Shit, I was baptized.
I know, me too. I was confirmed before I came to the United States. It was like part of the conditions. Okay, you wanna go there? Okay, we'll go. But actually, like when I came the second time to move, if you wanna go there, yeah, go. But you gotta baptize. Like if not, you shouldn't go.
It's interesting you mentioned that the Catholic Church requires that, because if, for example, you can't pay your power bill, you can go to the mosque on St. John's Road. You can talk to their preacher guy, whatever, I forget what they're called, and they'll actually a lot of times pay your power bill for you, because that's part of their belief in their systems, and you don't have to go to the church. You don't have to become a part of it. You never have to go back. So there are certain religious values from different cultures that aren't saying, "Hey, you have to accept us in order to, get help from us."
Yeah, and I think that's individual thought of every church. Like I always thought, like you give me a card, come meet Jesus, but why in your address? Why don't go meet Jesus in that other address over there? Why I gotta be in your address? Isn't
Or
Jesus
any address.
everywhere? Why is it Jesus everywhere? Why do I have to go meet? Can I meet him in my house? Can he just come here if he's everywhere? Isn't he there already? I thought. I mean, and also, isn't that what is that? Invasion of private property? What you call it? Trespassing?
Oh yeah, trespass.
Yeah, I feel a little weird by that. About Jesus being in my house all the time without me knowing.
So it's like it really is an invasion.
You think that's bad? He's in the bathroom too.
Yeah, and he's always on my shoulders. Is he watching me while I do things?
He's watching you while you poop.
Yeah, I mean, that's just a little scary, but
I don't think God cares where you are. There's a lot more important things in the universe.
I know he doesn't care that much because with 20,000 people dying every day of hunger, I don't think God cares about one single thing in this planet.
Cheers to that. There's an all-powerful God. Why are we suffering? Anyways,
Why do kids die
It's
of
like,
cancer?
well, I'm glad this is a very uplifting conversation.
And why does he care so much about when and where I masturbate?
so is this the house that y'all have down in Springfield? It's just an older, big house with a large living room?
Just an
1920.
older big house with a large living room.
2 living rooms,
That's
one for the stage, one for the slam room.
Pretty much. And there's a smaller room in the back for the keg.
Yeah, it's your standard old school big Jacksonville house downtown.
Well, I mean, you had to room for the keg. I mean,
Absolutely.
that needs its own room.
Absolutely.
And please don't bring drugs to this house.
No drugs.
Psych.
But plenty of beer. Plenty of beer.
I mean, like what else do you really need? Yeah, got a couple. You got punk rock. You got brewskis.
Yeah, bands,
Yeah,
alcohol, friends, and punk rock.
I mean, it's just it's total. Punk rock is total retardation, and I mean that in like the best way possible, because it's a lot of it is so stupid, and there's a lot of positive messages about it, but I think a lot of people need that in their life, just this outlet for stupidity, being obnoxious, just having fun, just trying to cut loose.
I want to be sedated.
Yeah. Yeah, I think.
You think about what we have to do 40 plus hours a week. Most people, we have to be slaves. We have to dress how our boss wants us to dress and act the way our boss wants us to dress or act. I mean, and so we need that weekend where we can just be like, fuck this, I'm gonna go fucking crazy, man. I'm gonna get drunk, I'm gonna jump off someone's head, I'm gonna go through a window and cut myself up and just have a good time, man. Drink as much beer as I can.
And we all love that, but it's what we live for, just to be able to live. Because at work, we're not living. I know anybody listening to this that says, oh, I'm living at work. You're breathing there, waiting. You're waiting.
Like, I gave one the vinyl splits to this guy at work, and I know he doesn't really listen to punk rock, but, he helps me out with rides and stuff, so I gave him one, and a couple days later, he came to me at work and said, yeah, so, I listened to your vinyl. Yeah, that was punk as fuck. Not my thing, but, you guys don't bullshit. And I was like, well, I'll take that as a compliment, my friend.
Yeah. And it is.
I don't know, because the thing with punk rock, it's not for everyone, by any means.
It's not a coincidence that these people that you have met, over the years that you have been around punk rock, the people that I have met, all of us, this is not coincidence. We all have common things, common traits. Even if we're from different places, we have common traits. All of us have frustrations and things in life. Even if the frustration is just as simple as the government, as just being unhappy with what's going on in the world, with what the elite does to people. And even just that's what brings punks together. All punks is just one family. And we fight just like family. We fight in the pit, we fight out of it, we fight for the last beer.
You know, you go to a punk show, you go to a party at the house, and you listen to all these bands. And, you know, that's the one time where you can spend 6 hours and not worry about what bills are due or how fucked up your house is that needs to get fixed that you don't have money for, or how much work you got to do the next week. You just go there and you live in the moment. Like,
yeah, it's just like
nothing matters anymore. You're just having a good time.
like you get out of that mindset, just like the constant anxiety of what you have to do on a daily basis just get through. Yeah, I was just like, oh fuck, I gotta pay Comcast and. I was like, oh, I don't have the money, but I
hey, fuck Comcast, by the way.
I don't think I've ever met anyone that was pro Comcast. Lyle.
Yeah. Fuck everyone at Comcast except for Lyle.
Okay, thank you.
We'll have a little clause in that statement.
Mostly the customer service. And you're not customer service, so I don't have a problem.
I'm a field tech. I go out and fix things. It's a fun job.
Lyle gets shit done.
Yeah.
Talking about getting shit done, Lyle does get shit done, man. He has helped us so much in the scene, and I have thanked him many times. But now that we're doing this, I want to thank him through here.
Hey, Lyle goes to so many more shows than I even.
He's an OG punk, and
No, I don't go to so many more shows. It's you see the video and pictures I
you
post
still,
of it. So
you still go to more
it.
shows than I do.
He does. He goes to many shows.
He does an important thing for our scene, and what he does is he chronicles a lot of it. So, like, you know, if somebody 20 years from now looks back of what happened here and what's been happening this time, which a lot of people like to do in the music scene,
doing.
You know, people are going to see Lyle's videos, and people are going to see his pictures and see what has been going on here.
And his humongous bubbles. That's so cool.
Yeah, and I know y'all get out and play, but I get out and get the escape also. I'll go watch the Wastedus and then think about just drinking beer and letting it all go. And y'all, Nerwin, your guitar playing is excellent. Your drumming is just going off the chain. Andrew, I'm glad you joined with them because
I'm a fan of Andrew.
There's so much energy in your shows, and it's a social message too. If you listen to the lyrics, it's.
And Andrew is a warrior. We have to keep him chained. If not, he will be taking over the state by himself. We will lose our bases if it was up to him.
Things happen, dude. Sometimes you just gotta disappear into the crowd.
Yeah, I remember watching you guys at when we played at the show at Kona. Holy shit! Like that was such a great day, but at the same time, it was like 100.
That was like the hottest degrees. Fucking day.
And I remember like I was watching you guys play at the the bowl they have at Kona, and you guys were destroying as always, but I just looked to my friend because I think FFN was playing by the vert ramp, and like I looked at her and I was just like, it's too fucking hot, just like the heat was just radiating off the concrete.
It was a terrible spot.
I was just like, I don't know how these guys are doing it.
It was just the day. It was not the spot. It doesn't matter where you're standing. I mean, like, ACs were not working. Everybody was dehydrated. I think, lizards were dying, melting in the pave.
That was probably the hottest show I've ever played.
But when you're on stage and you're playing, I wasn't really thinking about it. It wasn't until after we got done playing that I went off to the side of the stage and started puking everywhere because I was so hot. But, when you're in a moment,
once you get on stage, it's like, all right, it's game time.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it.
It took us like 5 minutes to unload, and then we jumped in my fucking car and turned on the AC and sat there for like a half hour.
Yeah, because I was
best
talking
moment of the day.
Yeah, that was my favorite part of that day, dude.
Yeah, because I was talking to the guys from FFN because I think they just released their EP, so I wanted to get some merch off them, but as soon as they got off stage, they just fucking hauled ass. They're like, I can't do this, and somehow we were supposed to. I think it was like you. Or TJ Hooker's, you, and then us at like 7:30. We were supposed to play on the stage, and somehow we ended up on the vert stage, and we didn't play till like 10:30. And I just remember Jeremy was on this like giant piece of plywood, like on the side of the vert ramp, and he's just like laying down, just like probably just dehydrated, and he was skating, so I'm sure
we
like,
were
kicked
on
the
an
shit out of him.
adventure. We were on an adventure. Andrew, me, and if you probably heard of him, Vince Vomit. We went. We went to the creeks and the back of the corner to the gray water. Is that what you call it?
Yeah, the sewage systems.
Yeah, we fell in there. It was crazy. It was disgusting, but we have fun, like waiting for the other bands and all that stuff. It was a great day. I love Kona, by the way. It's a great place.
Yeah. I remember the Cone show. Vince Vomit was just rolling around in the grass, and there was like someone had a dog there.
I think he was trying to look up that girl's skirt. That's what I think was really going
on.
That
skirt.
Yeah.
Yeah, she had her dog there. He was mosh pitting with us. It was 3 of us. It was Vince Vomit, the dog, and me. Mosh pitting and the
so, I definitely appreciate you guys sticking around, because that was it's one of those things, especially you're playing like a festival type event. You never know how things are going to go. Like,
it started early.
Yeah, it was like 1 p.m., something like that. But
also, I don't know the name of the band, so hopefully, nobody knows either, and like you don't get to hear this and feel bad about it. But they play for like 3 hours, a bunch of covers. Like they play Aerosmith, Michael Jackson, Madonna. I don't know.
Are you talking about the band that was on the Vert stage?
Yes.
Yes,
they literally played a Cedar song.
They go playing Wild Wings, dude. You're wasting your money. You're wasting your time and money. Go playing Wild Wings. They'll give you $300 per gig, and you'll make money. You'll be and they enjoy the music there. AC. I swear to you, they enjoy it because they love the FM there.
Yeah, that was definitely an interesting choice, and I don't know, like we literally brought all our shit up to the pool stage, which isn't the easiest load-in, as you guys know. But so we have like all our shit set up, and then somehow like Jeremy comes up to me and is like, "All right, we're gonna play the Vert stage." I was like, "You're fucking shitting me!" Like, I had to fucking lug this goddamn cab all the way down there.
Yeah, and that's part of being in a band. All the little frustrations that come with it, especially when you travel.
You just gotta go with the flow.
Especially when you travel. Well, you cannot always go with the flow. There's always times where people just make you flip the switch. Imagine travel 3 hours to a house party. Where it's just a house party. You're the owner of the house. You decide what to do with your house and your party and your time, and you decide to invite a band from out of town to play a show and let them play last. But we agreed to play 7. We miss our dear friend funeral and services, and also a show in his memorial, and we couldn't do that because they were late. So sometimes you just don't keep your cool and don't go with the flow. Promoters and things, sometimes they like to push bands because it's just bands.
Yeah, I mean
they want to play.
Like I said, it's like you're kind of essentially married to like 2, 3, 5,
right.
However many people.
We discussed things before, but that day we discussed it. Are you guys ready to go? Is this big enough? I mean, is 2 hours late enough for us to say fucking? Okay, well, good, let's do it. So I went over there, grab a mic. They grab other people over there. We say, hey, fuck all of you. You're lame and tame. Goodbye. Come to a party in Jacksonville. We show you what punk rock scene is. And we're not going to name the city so they don't feel bad. We don't like to make people feel bad. We love everybody. We really do. We really do hope for people to be nicer to each other, nicer to us. Don't abuse what we do for people. If we invite you to the house, don't abuse things. You know what I mean? That's your house too. You wouldn't break your mother's windows. You wouldn't break your mother's, you wouldn't kick your mother's dog, for example. And I know people do things like this. So you gotta be nice,
If you kick my dog in my house, I will shoot you.
Probably.
that's.
I will try to stop him, but I'm way weaker than him.
Yeah. That's my dog. I feed him.
But
sometimes.
What happened?
What happened? What happened?
I remember, I think in hindsight, it was probably one of my favorite shows when I played with you guys at Casa Maria, or we tried to play there.
Oh shit! Yeah, they ran away, man.
Cinco de fucking Mayo.
Yeah,
we told them we come here to wreck your fucking Cinco de Mayo. You're over here spending your money. Give it to us or get the fuck out of here.
No, like I just like I felt so bad for you guys because, like, I guess we kind of set it up, but like I didn't really have much to do with the booking. But so we get there and then it's like some DJ, I'm gonna use that term very loosely, just playing top 40 bullshit, and he was actually cool, and he's like, I had no idea that there were bands supposed to be playing. I was like I'm just like scrambling, and of course like the owner has no idea what the fuck he's going. He's like, did you even really think about what was like gonna happen when you booked this show? Like,
2 punk bands, in my personal opinion, 2 of the craziest punk bands in town. Like I only see nothing but gnarliness in the pit every time.
Oh, I remember, and like you guys, you probably played like maybe 8 songs, something like that, and then I think I went up to you, Andrew. I was like, hey man, dude, is there any way we just use your gear and like play
I was like, jump on.
As soon as we jumped off, you guys jumped on. That shit was.
And
cool.
then I remember,
relief.
I think we were playing Sick You. Maybe we got like 2.5 songs in, and just like the owner just went up to my amp and unplugged it. I was like, and then like I just saw like 4 cops walking in. I was like, all right, well I guess
that was the reason they were pressuring him. Those guys at Casa Maria are actually great guys.
Yeah, they did end up taking care of us, but it was kind of one of those things. It's like, did you not have any idea of like what you were getting yourself into?
They did not. It's like they had no idea what these bands were about.
When you see a bunch of basic bitch white girls trying to mosh pit, that shit's crazy. You know what I mean?
I want extra guacamole.
No, I mean, really, like I have friends that have made a living out of playing at restaurants, like Mexican restaurants and things like this. And usually the music is different. It's boleros, and, acoustic guitars, and maybe a trumpet, like a bongo, something like this. But this is punk, and punk and burritos, punk and dinner doesn't mix, dude.
And then you guys started playing, and it was just like, fuck yeah!
Did you see the security guards get into the pit?
Yeah. They loved it.
They were like, oh, there's a band playing.
They were like,
what kind of music do you play?
I didn't know there was gonna be a punk show tonight.
Like, you guys are punk bands. They got so excited.
They had no one to kick the security.
No,
they only worked for one night. They were not doing anything. The owner was freaking out about the tables getting knocked over. Stop! The security's in there, like knocking over the table.
He thought everyone was fighting. He kept saying, "Stop fighting!" They were moshing.
They had to call the police.
I did really love
It's not bad at guy. They called the fucking things.
I just really love that he came up and just unplugged my bass amp. It was just like,
that's the only way it was gonna happen.
This is not happening.
I'm surprised it took him that long to figure out how to turn it off.
Yeah, I think once we started playing Sick of You, and you guys were fucking going nuts, and
oh my god,
I think some
that was
beer
so
cans
crazy.
started getting thrown at us. He was like,
shoes, dude.
No, this is not happening.
There were shoes flying around that day. It was like what is it called? Like girls wear the heels, I saw those in the sky, man.
Well, it was because it was like you guys and some random people that were actually into it. They probably had no idea that was about to go down.
They took their flip flops off too much.
There was like a bunch of secret punks there, like dressed up like fucking preppy kids, and all of a sudden they run over there
trying to get laid.
Yeah, they run over and start fucking skanking. Either they were doing a good job imitating, or they're lying.
Yeah, no, I mean,
I'm just like, it's like I've had 12 margaritas. I like punk rock right now.
I just want to make a comment on that. He brought up an interesting point. Whenever big bands come to town, and let me throw one out there, NoFX. Whenever big bands come to town, there is 1,000 people in that bar. Big Mavericks, the bar that you will never step a foot on as a punk. But you go there too because, it's NoFX and you like NoFX. You've been listening to it since you were 12.
Yeah, you kind of have to go where...
But where is all these people? Hey, come on, where are you? Are you playing Nintendo? You can play Nintendo at the bar. We got 20-minute breaks between bands. Come out.
And that's one of the things, especially
this is your scene.
When you have to do the whole pre-sale ticket thing.
Oh,
It's just like,
that's a different thing. I don't think that's something else, man. That's a whole.
But I mean, like, there's all these people, with shows that's like, yeah, I'll be there, and then you get there and it's just like.
Yeah, no, I recommend people not to sell tickets at all. Like, that's selling tickets.
I've learned my lessons over the years.
Yeah, like we did it once. Selling tickets, we did it for Jack Rabbits. Fuck you guys, we love your sound. Hey, sound guy, we love you. Tim Hall, you're alright. But hey, fuck Jack Rabbits. Expensive beer, $10 a ticket. They want you to sell the tickets to. When they bring out of town bands that nobody actually knows who they are, they send their posters and they don't put them out.
Yeah,
Some of these venues, we only have a house. These people have venues with real sound. They could do better jobs at this. They could do better jobs promoting. They could do better, things doing this thing.
At the beach, Rat Town, going to the harbor.
Damn, that is my favorite.
You buy tickets at the door. You pay at the door. You don't buy tickets ahead of time.
Dan does good work over there.
Dan is the harbor. That is like my favorite venue in Jacksonville. Because that is a true punk rock venue. Because he knows what punk rock is about. He knows...
He is an OG punk.
He knows how to go about it. And he's stern, but fair.
Stern but fair.
But, no, I mean, we play with, DRI,
Hell yeah. There's 2 bars I recommend, and that's the Harbor Tavern and Shantytown.
Yeah,
those 2
Shantytown's
bars,
awesome, good.
You cannot get any more punk than that in town.
Yeah, and if you told me when I was 16 that I would play a show with DRI, I would be like, get the fuck out of here.
It's great, isn't it?
Yeah, it's funny how that works, or even even when we play with Cypress 66, I didn't know them, but it turns out one of the members is the drummers for Starving Wolves, which is one of the members from the Crumb Bums, and it's just it's kind of funny how that
we played with a local anarchist band, Rat's Rest.
Rat's Rest,
yeah. And the guitarist from there was from Against All Authority at one time.
No shit.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nice.
Now, we have played with a few bands, that as a kid I admire, I actually, dream of seeing the show, I didn't think I was able to see the show because these are bands that don't come to South America. And we did play with The Business, with Casualties do go, but Agent Orange. And the thing is this, though, I enjoy playing, I did enjoy those shows with those guys. I think we should all go support these guys when they come in town. But I do enjoy more my in-town shows with the bands that are traveling. 80 dates, 90, 120 days at a time on their own, DIY, no record label behind them, no capitalism behind them.
It's and even if you don't have any money, just spread the word.
This is what our favorite bands did in the beginning. All our favorite bands. This is all the bands that we know of. They all did the same thing in the beginning. They tour as no one, just going through town to town playing.
Oh, I mean, from the start of the band, and it's not like the Oasis is a huge thing, but I always thought it was a great thing when the older guys would come up and just dude, that reminded me of the show, back in, 83. It was yeah, that's, the best compliment I can get, And, my dad, he's not a huge punk rocker, but, I mean, I literally found his Fear the Record vinyl in his collection, and that definitely took me down the path of debauchery. But, he's just yeah, man, it's I'm kind of surprised, punk rock is still thriving. It's it's always going to thrive because, as long as there's still bullshit going on out there and,
they say it's dead.
I think it's going to get better, especially when you look at the bullshit that's running for fucking president right now. I just think it's going to get better.
They say it's dead, but if punk is dead, then what the fuck are we? Are we corpses?
Yeah,
commercial radio isn't playing punk.
No,
punk is alive. It's all over in all
the best music.
towns.
The best music has always been underground. It's always been underground.
So much
Underground
spirit,
is where the
man.
music lives.
But yeah, it's one of those things where there's always going to be, you're gonna have to have an outlet, to talk about, everything that's fucked up with either your life or just the social constructs or just the way things are set up. But with the music, it brings people together, and for at least like the hour or so we're doing this podcast, like we're not worrying about other shit. We're just talking. Just actually communicating as human
Maybe
beings.
you're not worrying, man, but in the back of my mind, I'm thinking bills, the job tomorrow, whatever, all this shit.
Oh yeah, like it's always in the back of your mind. There's always that anxiety of not being or having uncertainty about how.
I wish the
next day.
podcast lasts forever. That way I don't have to go back to that shit.
It's like, I'm sorry, I can't go to work. I'm doing a podcast right now. We've been doing it for 85 hours right now.
Yeah, I'm not coming home.
He was like, I'm very tired. But yeah, I mean, it's a very cool thing, and between like Concrete Criminals, you guys, TJ Hookers, Swill, like all these awesome bands.
We have so many great bands in town. Like
yeah,
whoever hasn't listened to this Jacksonville scene is wasting time. Like it is thriving, and maybe not because people coming to shows and supporting it, but the great bands that it has in towns, like in this town, is crazy. The talent that is here for punk is incredible. Like I'm amazed and stoked that to be part of this scene for real. It is good.
And you didn't know a lot of this existed when you first
No,
came
I
here.
spent 5 years here.
I feel like a lot of
doing
people
nothing.
do that move here. They don't know it's here.
There is still people in town that love this music, love the lifestyle, and have no idea this exists.
Yeah, like and I'm honestly trying to remember how I found out about like punk shows. Like the Imperial downtown and like all this is like, how did that even happen? Because it's been so many years, but it's just like I remember. Do you guys know the band No Cash?
Oh yeah.
I remember this place called The Pit, and it was literally like just like this little.
The one in Riverside. Or the one on Beach Boulevard?
Downtown.
On Beach Boulevard. Oh, downtown where used to be the Plush, the
Yeah,
rock
it,
bar.
like, it was just like this little like
You-
garage.
That's a
I saw
different
wait.
pit.
Oh,
It's a
garage,
different
yeah,
pit.
that's not
Oh,
fun.
really?
It's a different pit. This
Yeah,
is
it was like
old.
it was this little
Old
garage,
pit,
and
huh?
we so like we were waiting for the show. Like someone told me like No Cash is coming in town. I was like, no fucking shit. And I was still in high school, and somehow my mom like let me actually go to the show. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna go to like the sketchiest part of Jacksonville and hang out in a warehouse and watch some punk bands. She's like, all right, be home soon, sweetie. But so we were all drinking beers, like just waiting for No Cash to show up, because I think there were two local bands like the Snatches and there's one other band I can't remember the name, but like three cops just like pull up, and like I had like a foot tall like pink mohawk, just like plaids and boots, like it pretty much looked like it's
Cop
like
bait.
yeah, it's just like, oh, okay, this guy is doing something.
Searching.
And so they pull up, and we was like, we're all underage, and so it was like throw our like beers like under the car, real quick, and like ran my ID, and he was just like, well, we just don't really see people like you around this part of town. I'm like, I'm just going to a show. I just want to see this band, and after like 45 minutes, like they finally left, but that turned out to be like one of the best shows I've ever been to. I was just like as soon as they pulled off, everyone's just like, fuck you.
I mean, that's not a small part of why it's so hard to do something here. Like, we had a show in Shantytown that got so big that the pigs came in with they woke up a fire marshal to come in and shut it down. We weren't even being that loud.
No.
They just,
So
they
yeah,
didn't want that to happen.
that's part of the reason why we do what we do. This music. We just wrote a song for an XCP. It's called "Apparently Criminal in the Eyes of the State," and it talks about that. It talks about kids, and people like us that we just look different for being a different race or being a different type of person. When I say a different type of person, an alternative, you're dressing different than the norm. Anything weird, a mohawk, a double mohawk, like Andrew. That's weird for them. So I don't know if they're scared or what it is, or they just want to harass you. But it's a problem. It's a problem for us.
I mean, as you guys know, the cops are not. They're pretty familiar with wasted shows.
Right.
So, when we were playing Lang's birthday party, 2 minutes after we finished on with drunk, two cops pulled up and they're like, "No, we're done. They're like, "All right, yeah." It's just like, God damn, you can't fucking do anything.
Keep playing. They shoot you.
He's got a pace.
He's got nothing except for what I asked for, which was his wallet. So now I'm gonna shoot him 7 times.
He's got $3 in his bank account. Shoot him.
Yeah, cops are gangsters. They're scary as fuck. They're a gang. They protect each other and they kill citizens.
I mean, I will say there is some sort of need to have some order, with, you can't just people raping and murdering.
Of course not. That's why we protect each other and protect ourselves.
Exactly. You are responsible for your own safety. Because I've had home invasions where I wound up pulling a gun on the person in my house, call the police 2 hours later.
No, and that's the thing that very seldomly they actually stop a rape. You never hear of that case. I mean, when was the last time we hear on the news? Oh, police stop rape. The officer got there right before the penis was inserted. I wish it was that way, but the sad truth is not that way. They don't do shit. All they do is seek revenge. I can seek revenge myself. I don't need a cop to seek revenge for me. I don't need a criminal to sit in jail 5 years and somebody make money out of this person because they steal from me. How about let me slap the guy? I'll slap him, let him free, let him go back to work. He's more useful at a job than in a cell. I just slap him, and there we're even. You see what I mean? He stole from me. Now a rapist? How about we fuck him?
Let's fuck the rapist.
Yeah, fuck the rapist, kill the murderer. I mean, what else can you do with it?
Yeah, that's pretty basic. Everybody else just fix whatever you fucked up.
The truth is that most of the people that is sitting in a prison, and most of the people that police.
I still don't have what it takes. I must train harder.
Most of the people that is sitting in a prison, most of the people that police harass, they are not hurting anyone. Most of these people are committing crimes where the victim is the state, where the victim is a law that someone that is dead wrote. That is.
You better be shitting me.
That is.
It also is big business making money off prisons.
Yeah,
of course.
He's not useful to you once he's in prison because he can't pay you back for what he stole. He's very useful
to the owner,
to the businesses.
I mean, this is kind of what I think most government officials usually say when you have any opposition to them.
Now shut the fuck up and let me do my job.
Yeah, and that's the
Sounds
thing.
more like a cop to me. Sounds a lot like
that's not a job. Politicians do not have a job. They think about it. What is a job? When you serve somebody. Shit. They should be sorry. We think about what is a job. When you serve someone, you're providing a service. What fucking service does a politician provide to us? Do they represent us? They represent an elite. Yeah, they're providing a service to a few people and they're getting paid for it. That's not free. Besides the salary of being a politician, they're getting paid millions under the table, like they call it, like an illegal. Worse than an illegal immigrant. They're getting paid under the table to do these favors. They're worse, They're worse than the people that they complain about.
I mean, God forbid there's any undocumented worker here that is doing work that none of us want to do in the first place. Like that, I don't know, the whole like, we're gonna get all the Syrians out of here.
You mean you don't want to hang drywall for $8 an hour?
Dude,
I don't want to do anything for $8 an hour.
I don't think it's illegal to say this. I mean, if George Bush said he snorted cocaine while he was president, I think I can
Mission
say
accomplished.
right. If he can be him and Clinton can be Clinton after what she did, I think I can say, I work illegal in this country. It did happen, and it was okay. They took my taxes. They took taxes from my check. I don't know where the taxes went to. I never got them back because obviously it wasn't my social security number that were taking taxes or putting taxes on.
Yeah, illegal immigrants pay a lot more taxes than Trump does.
Definitely
do.
But yeah, it is. It is just people and ways of thinking, and hopefully we can unite that way of thinking in the future.
Well, the funny thing is if we got rid of illegal immigrants, people better be ready to pay like $10 a pound for apples and stuff like. Because if you hire Americans to do that job, you're gonna have to give them a lot of money to do it. Because nobody wants to go out for 16 hours a day in 100-degree weather to pick apples. No one wants to do that.
It is. I mean, according to the way society is written, is you do what is what is the lucky opportunity. What you got in life. That's what you got. So you conform and do it. I think there's alternative to everything. You don't have to stay stuck in a job or stuck in a life. You can move. You can go away. You can run away.
Yeah, I agree with that completely, man. I think, I've had a lot of jobs in the last few years, man. If I don't like something, I just leave it, man. I mean, I just need to make money to pay my rent and eat food. A lot of people bitch about not having jobs, but I think that they're just super picky, or they want jobs that pay a lot, or I don't know. But you look at these politicians who hate illegal immigrants, and most of these politicians actually have businesses that hire the same illegal immigrants they talk about. It's really ridiculous.
Well, and the thing is, again, they complain about illegal immigrants working, but how much money do politicians make under the table? How can they complain about one thing when they're worse in that sense?
I mean, Bernie Sanders just got himself a nice new beach house.
Right, and he didn't even have to finish running for president. It was like half a run. All he had to do is half a run, and he got something.
Absolutely, if you win congressman for one term, you get paid $135,000 a year for the rest of your life, even if you never win another term. So, I mean, even it's the system's ridiculous. It really is.
And it's full of people who do you know?
Illegal immigrants. Why do they come here? Do they come here to
steal? Dude, we come here to rape, sell drugs. We come here to rape, sell drugs, and steal your jobs.
Nerwin, I just want to say, I'm sick of you and your people raping all the white women.
Right?
You need to get the fuck out of my country.
Right? Hey, don't forget about the drugs they sell.
They work hard. They come to work and they work hard. Every time you eat at a restaurant, they can illegal immigrant because he probably works.
How many
in the
jobs
back.
do you have, Wayne? How many jobs do you have?
One.
If it wasn't for me, you would have 3, but I stole 2. Pa!
I don't want 2 more. I don't even want my 1. I wish someone would steal it and I could still live somehow.
I just want the robots to steal all our jobs.
Yeah, that's coming.
Post scarcity is a real thing.
And
eventually we're gonna upload our brains, onto servers, and we'll live forever.
Maybe Elon Musk, not Andrew Donahue.
Yeah, I think we're gonna be putting camps, man, so they can suck our blood while they feed their gargoyles and
their gargoyles.
These evil motherfuckers that run the world, they destroy it.
I mean, it's been a while since we had a major world power putting people dead in ditches, right? We might as well get this started.
Well, we can change that. I mean, that's not a problem.
It'll be a lot less violence if all of us as citizens just get together and kill those who are in power and those who they protect.
No, I'm just
sorry. I'm sorry, but it would just be a lot easier. We'll get along better together. We don't have to talk about Clinton and Trump. Think about it.
So I'm just gonna throw it out there. I didn't tip off the authorities, but there might be some drones doing some activity over the house. I just it doesn't seem like a very conducive environment for the society.
Don't drone on me.
It is a problem.
It's like, this might be a potential problem.
It's not like they're not allowed to. They're allowed to. It's
I
in the
know.
laws.
And it's not considered self-defense to shoot a drone down. Surprisingly.
That's like petting a police dog. It's like, that is assault.
Right? Like, what the fuck? You know, I'm just giving him love, bro. Like, what are you, a cop? Oh, yes, you are.
It's like,
Fucking
I just look forward to when dogs come up to me. It's a very nice thing.
It's a police dog. You just walk out right behind it and grab it by the pussy. It'll let you do it.
Just grab it by the pussy. I mean,
They
that's
love it.
because that's a totally logical thing to be pervy about.
Then I... Fuck. No. Don't grab my dog by the pussy, bro.
Do what you want.
I mean...
Y'all live in the same house with the dog, right?
Multiple dogs.
So, like, I mean, like, if you have to go to work and your dog's pussy just happens to fall in
your
my hand, how do we go about that?
I'll be totally okay with that, man. It's an accident.
Yeah.
But avoid the
It's
incident
accident.
before the accident.
It's one of those, like, uncomfortable, awkward situations. It was like, I didn't mean to grab your dog's pussy.
We don't keep a paper record, so.
Okay, well, I mean, luckily I have a couple webcams set up, so we're streaming live all the time.
They have the most respect for dogs. Dogs love them, believe me.
Yeah, my dog's name is Wolfgang, but I call him for giggles and love. I call him Mr. Peanut Butter.
He does love peanut butter.
He looks like peanut butter.
The way you delivered, I call him Mr. Peanut Butter. Do you really call him Mr. Peanut Butter?
Sometimes when I get mad.
Mr. Peanut Butter!
The longer we go into this, the more I feel like you need to explain why you call him that.
Please, because I have a few ideas about how that might go down.
We go through peanut butter pretty quick in that fucking house.
Segovia.
I thought we were going to talk about personal business. It was just band, world stuff, things like that. Nothing about personal.
Well, then you brought Mr.
But
Peanut Butter.
but now we want to talk about your cock, man.
It's just his nickname. It's just his nickname.
I mean, we started talking about, just grabbing genitalia, and Mr. Peanut Butter got brought up, so...
I guess I just miss him, man. Sorry.
I love you.
He does call me, and sometimes he stay alone in the room, and he just calls. Peanut butter. Oh my.
Sounds like pigs fucking.
Suck my fucking prick.
No. But yeah, anyways, before the podcast is over, I just want to invite everyone that listens to this to the house. 2018 North Davis Street is in downtown, not very far from Shantytown or Shants, Jacksonville. So if you've been in the trauma unit or in the most infamous bar, it's not so far. Again, 2018 North Davis Street. Come to the house and party with us. Hang out, come jam.
Yeah,
whatever you want.
let's wrap things up, and what is on the agenda for Gross Evolution, and where can people find you? Because you guys are doing definitely some awesome things for the punk rock scene. So where can people find all you guys? Like where can we check out Gross Evolution? Where can we expect them to see you guys in the future? That sort of thing.
Well, very recent date is October 22nd. Yes, at Nighthawks, brand new club in Jacksonville. Nighthawks.
Yeah, where exactly is that at? I've seen it.
It's in Murray Hill. It's where the Norm used to be.
Okay.
Yeah, it's right there on Edgewood.
Gotcha.
So we got that show there. It's gonna be FFN, Swill, Flag on Fire, and Gross Evolution.
I love FFN.
Yeah, it's gonna be a great show. I'm sure. It's gonna be fucking pumping. It's a nice lineup, so I'm excited.
Yeah, all those guys are cool as fuck.
But besides that, we got 2 EPs coming, Camps, and the other one is that title is still in the works, but there are 2 coming this year. At the end of this year, we're gonna have 24 songs released total this year.
Oh wow!
So the
We
three
also,
tips, 3-piece.
We also have a Bandcamp. Just go on Bandcamp and look up Gross Evolution.
Yeah.
You can listen to all of our songs digitally that we have recorded.
See, that's what I like about you
Including the
guys.
lyrics. All lyrics are included there too, so you know exactly what's going on.
You guys don't fuck around. I like that. And you Concrete Criminals.
We love
TJ
those
Hookers,
guys. Sean,
like,
Cousin, we love you guys. So I know you're
like-
gonna hear this shit, so I love you.
like you are one of my favorite bands in Jacksonville, and I want to thank you so much for coming on the show. I think we should definitely keep doing this and just shooting the shit, because I think we only scratched the surface on what we have been talking about before the mics came on. But
Of course.
and also I have to give a shout out to Lyle.
Cheers.
Hey, buddy.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, I mean, you are such an important, aspect in the punk scene. Just recording.
I'm the audience.
He's a staple.
But I mean, like you really, with you recording things, you let people know about bands that probably maybe they wouldn't have known about before. So, I think that's an awesome thing.
Give us material to spread the virus.
Exactly. I'm very grateful. Like the videos that you have. Like I have got to see bands for the first time through your videos. That's important because some of these bands are the same bands that we invite for shows and book. I wouldn't know of them if it wasn't for you. So we're very thankful. It's definitely a great help that you're doing for us. Not just for the band, obviously, but for all of us. And when I mean that, is all the scene, all of us, all the bands. Even the people that is not in bands, the kids that we enjoy that.
So this is episode 108. Segovia Nerwin, Andrew Donahue, Wayne Weezy, and my buddy Lyle. Thank you so much, guys, for coming on.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, man, this has been a blast. Now let's go drink a beer.